Hello and welcome to our webinar, and our topic today is immediate implantation, and we have for that case a lady which has a mesial incisor, and this one is fractured. It has a root canal treatment 30 years ago, or maybe 40 years ago, a long time, and now she feels a little pain when she bites on this tooth, and it feels like gum, she's telling, and so we did an X-ray, and then we did a cone beam, and we see that there's some fracture in this root, and for that reason we will remove this tooth. And if we like to do implants, we like to plan. It's plan what you like to do and do what you plan. That's really important. And so in that case we did the plan that we put an implant in there right after extraction of the tooth, and we plan any rich implant which has the diameter 30 millimeters long and 4 millimeters and thickness, and we put it right in here. We will put the axis of the implant in that way that we get a lot of grip here in the apical area of the implant and on the palate, and this is what we plan. So let's get ready and look if it works properly, and I told you. So we will put the implant in the direction of the palate, so that we will get some space between the implant shoulder, and the bone or the buccal plate. And we need a space like 2 millimeters between the implant shoulder and the buccal plate to get a new thick bone there that will stabilize our gum and our aesthetics. That's very important. And then we will fill this gap with a bone substitute. Then we will put in our special abutment for provisionals that I had the honor to develop for the company. And then we will put this provisional abutment on it, and then we will construct a provisional crown that we will put right on the implant. For that reason we had a peak cap that comes in this shape, and we have an index in there, so we can put it on there, and it does a little click, and now it's stable on the abutment, and we can shorten it, and we have some retentions in there to get the resin for the provisional stable on this P-cap. So, and then we are off with that nice provisional, and the patients could leave the praxis. Okay, what we see here now is that we have here a fracture in this root, going down to the apex, the drilling. And this is the most important part of this treatment, because this drilling shows us where the implant comes in, and we have to go in there in this palatal part. And for that is this burr perfectly, because it has a very fine tip, so we can put the implant right where we have to. Now we do the second drilling. Now we go a little bit deeper. So the next one. And now final burr. All right. So we did the osteotomy for the implant, and we have to check if everything is stable here, because every cell at the DVT or the cone beam, we can tell that we have a little bone defect up here, so we have to make sure that we didn't come out of the jaw at this side. So we are deep enough here, and now we take a 4mm, 13mm long. Now we have the implant. And for screwing the implant right into the osteotomy and not going somewhere where the root was, we go straight in that direction, and if we get a little grip, then we go in the direction we like to have the implant in. And now we see we bend the direction from the vestibular to the palate if we screw it in. Then we put the implant in the torque. And then we will check the ISQ. So this is now our wrench. Again. So, and now we check the depth of the implant. You can see here is the implant, and then we have the bone on the palate here. So we are right 1 millimeter below the crest, and that's quite good. And now we will check the ISQ, and this is most important for implant stability. If we have a good ISQ, we can put immediately a crown on it. So we check it. So we have 75 and 75 and 75, 75, and our special titanium provisional abutment, and this is how it looks like. And it's in. Next, we have our peak cap, which we can put on. This, we have good friction on it, so we only press it on, it makes click and it fits. So now we have to shorten it a little bit. Now we check the position of the peak abutment, and that looks quite good. And again we trim it a little bit. Now we check, oh, that's quite good, but to prevent the resin going down the alveolar, we put some collagen sponge in there. So that's good. Peak cap. Now we put the resin around the cap. And some resin and the form. And now we can put this together. Magst du das mit? So we wait a little bit so that the resin hardens, and then we can shape the provisional. Then we will fill the rest defect with bone, a bone substitute, and yeah, we're finished. Okay. It's important to wait until the resin is hardened, because if we will be too fast, the resin wouldn't stick to the peak coffee. It's off. So we take a look at the resin around the peak cap, and we look in there. Then we take a probe and we check if there's any resin going down there, so we can feel that it's not. And now we will do a little X-ray. So now we have to fill the gap between the implant and the provisional with bone substitute, and for that reason we remove our abutment. So we loosen the screw, put it out, then we put the abutment removal tool, and here is the abutment. And now it's important to put this little cover screw in the implant, because otherwise we will have the bone substitute in the screw hole, and that wouldn't be good. Then so you can see I can put this spatula in this gap between the implant and the bone. We have about 2 millimeters space between the buckle plate or vessel plate and the implant, and that's fine. And now we have to put this bone substitute piece by piece into this gap. Okay. Now, we try again, and you can see that fits. And now we tighten the screw. And after that, we put a little collagen sponge around this gap. And when it gets a little bit blood soaked, we can put our provisional right without cement or any glue into our position, and it fits. And we are done. So what we can see now is that we had a very fast procedure, and I think the aesthetic outcome is not that bad. And yeah, and here we are. Okay, fine, thank you. So, now we're finished and we take a little look at our X-rays. This is before with the tooth, with this root canal treatment and the inflammation at its apex. Here we have the implant, the abutment, and some gaps showing that there is no bone in there. And now we have the implant, the abutment, the provisional. Here you can see the P-cap inside of the provisional, and here we see that we have put in the bone substitute that will get us new bone there and right over the implant shoulder, as we like to have it. So, thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.